I'm going to use myself as an example today. So in the past, I was kind of a light drinker. I would have about 1 or 2 glasses of wine a week. I never thought that the wine was affecting me until I actually got rid of it. And then I saw huge changes in my memory, in my mood, in my body composition. So today I'm going to talk to you about my journey. 1 year ago, I went to a vineyard with a girlfriend and we had a lovely time. There was beautiful outdoor scenery. It was at a horse farm, had a wonderful, healthy dinner there and shared a bottle of wine. I was so hungover, not just for the next day. For 2 days, I found myself trying to recover from the couple of glasses of wine that I had. At that point, I decided that I couldn't spend the time laying around and feeling bad anymore. And I was actually so distraught by how bad it made me feel that I decided to give it up. There were some other things that happened around that time that really cemented my choice. So today, what I'm going to talk to you about is finding your why. Why are you interested in reducing or eliminating alcohol? I want you to narrow it down to one reason. You're going to get a lot of reasons in this program, but I want you to start out with your own reason. Why are you here? What is the most compelling reason that you are here trying to do this work? It is so worthwhile. I want you to dig deep and find that one reason. Let's use me as an example. Today, we're going to start by setting a goal, one goal. Those of you who've already gone through Nourish have done this before in terms of your food goals. But the first thing we have to do is decide what is your why. My why for eliminating alcohol was that my brain fog and my memory issues were becoming so concerning that I thought I was losing my mind. And I did attribute this to alcohol consumption because I noticed that the next day my cognitive function was very much impaired. Today, we're going to make one goal related to either eliminating or reducing alcohol. In order to make this goal actually a manifested reality, we're going to follow a particular format. It's the I'm so happy and grateful now that format. Now that you have your goal defined, I want you to make it time bound. So, for example, I want to eliminate alcohol. So for me, aside from alcohol making me feel really bad and taking a lot of time to recover, there was something else that was my big why. We're going to go back to that exercise that we already did in Nourish, and we're going to identify our goal, and we're going to make it time bound. Your goal may be, I would like to reduce my alcohol consumption to 1 glass of wine a week through the holiday season. I would like to reduce my alcohol consumption and limit it to 1 drink a week for the next 6 weeks. So you see that you have your goal there, you've got it time bound, and it is specific. So rather than talk about what we're going to do in the future, we're going to talk about it as though it's already done. Let me try that. I'm going to use my real story. I am so happy and grateful now that I quit alcohol because my memory, my mood, and my body composition has significantly improved. It's all true. So today, I want you to identify what is your why? Why are you doing this? And I want you to make a statement. I am so happy and grateful now that ... because ... Okay, when it comes to addictive substances, when it comes to habits that are on autopilot, it's important for us to really dig deep and be honest with ourselves to start with. So today, I just want you to sit and close your eyes for a second, and I'm going to give you some time to ponder each of these questions. Is alcohol a source of joy and fulfillment for you? Do you enjoy who you are when you drink? What impact does drinking have on you physically and mentally? Does alcohol give you the freedom to be the best version of yourself? There's no shame in admitting that maybe alcohol doesn't do it for you anymore. That's okay. You're not alone. Even though it might be hard to imagine, your life is actually going to improve when you put down the drink. Life gets better when you quit booze because you've decided to prioritize yourself. When we make an effort to change things that improve our life, even when it's challenging, we act in a way that reminds us that we are worthy. Drinking and not drinking can be uncomfortable. So today we're going to talk about what the benefits of being sober are. Well, if you're not drinking, you're going to be far less likely to have a car accident. Cutting back or quitting alcohol improves your heart health. It lowers your blood pressure and your levels of triglycerides. Next one, number 3. If you quit alcohol, your liver can actually repair and regenerate itself. There's hope. Another great benefit is losing fat and excess weight. When clients of mine go off of alcohol, they lose the bloat, they lose the inflammation, and their body starts to look and feel the way they want. Giving up drinking helps you to focus on your relationships. It also eases depression, anxiety, and elevates your self-esteem. Quitting alcohol has also been linked with a reduced risk of cancer. Your sex life might improve if you give up booze. Your sleep will definitely improve if you give up alcohol. You'll get sick less over time because alcohol actually blunts our immune system response and our body's ability to repair itself. This was a big one for me. You'll clear your brain. Over time, drinking can cloud your perception of distance, volume, or slow and impair your motor skills and memory. Over time, drinking can cloud your memory. It can also cloud your perception of distance and volumes and slow and impair your motor skill. Today, we're going to talk about alcohol and relationships. I want you to think about today, who else will benefit by you reducing or quitting alcohol? I noticed something about myself one night, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I drank a couple glasses of wine while I was making dinner. And while I was setting the dinner on the table and dealing with my children, I was able to somehow see myself from an outside perspective for a minute. And I noticed that I was much more impatient with my children after I had drank. And I really didn't like that. At that point, I decided I wasn't going to have any more drinks around them. They don't see me drinking often, but that was a wake-up call for me. I feel strongly about not drinking around my children because my children are starting to enter their teen years, and I want to be an example to them. I want to be a good example to them. They have enough messaging in the culture and soon among their friends that tries to get them to drink and use substances. So it's important for me as their parent to be the best role model that I can be and to teach them that we can have fun without using substances, that I don't need to have a glass of wine to be relaxed. I don't need to have a glass of wine to have fun. It's challenging though, because alcohol can be often a part of the fabric of a marriage or family life. And although it's associated with certain positive effects, excessive drinking and alcohol disorders can negatively affect the whole family and the development of the children. When we can significantly reduce or eliminate alcohol, we have an opportunity to develop more sincere connections in our relationships. If we go back into our childhood, most of us were shown that drinking was a way to bond with others. Yeah, sure, it's easy to connect over a bottle of wine or some cocktails, probably too easy. So naturally, you may be wondering how alcohol is going to affect your social life. The truth is that sobriety actually helps us to connect authentically. Okay, you may lose that surface level relationship that was based on drinking, but becoming more specific about who you're actually spending time with could actually be the best thing for your overall health. Sometimes people turn to alcohol because they have loneliness. Sometimes people turn to alcohol because they have difficulty connecting with people. Your social circle may look different when you quit drinking. It may not, but the exchange is actually worth it. Here's one of the great parts about quitting alcohol: walking through every day with clarity. When you quit alcohol, you don't have to beat yourself up about those drinks that you had last night. That gives you space. Waking up and knowing that you didn't drink last night and having a full evening worth of memories is just one way that life gets clearer when you're sober. Some people say that sobriety is like putting on a new pair of glasses because things finally start to become clear. Life comes into focus. It's actually hard to know, but you don't really realize how clouded your perception and your worldview can get until you step out of the booze haze. Some people call clarity a high because removing alcohol enhances your world around you in almost every way. Even simple pleasures like a sunrise or crickets in the evening can seem to shimmer. The details that often go unnoticed in our life when alcohol is there come into focus and we can appreciate them. Over time, alcohol actually reduces the serotonin in your brain. When we remove alcohol, it gives your body the chance to increase the serotonin, so you actually feel happier over time. Reducing or quitting alcohol is a starting place for improving your mental health and for healing your past. Improving your mental health doesn't always happen immediately, though. For some people, removing alcohol leads to an immediate positive change in mental health. For others, removing alcohol may actually reveal deeper issues, which can take more time to heal. It's kind of the chicken or the egg. Oftentimes, when people do the work to improve their mental health and resolve their triggers, it helps them with their sobriety. So they work hand in hand. So if somebody asks you if you want to have a drink, I want you to first of all know that you don't owe anyone a reason. You've made this choice and you don't need to explain it to anybody. If you do want to explain it though, I want to give you some empowering ways to respond. Oftentimes the person that you're saying no to may actually have a negative reaction. That reaction is about them. It's not about you. My first advice is to be positive. Rather than react like this, I really shouldn't. I need to be good. Instead, try this. I gave up alcohol a month ago and I feel amazing. No thanks. The second thing I'm going to ask you to do is to immediately follow up that with a request. So let's try that. Oh, no, thank you. I gave up alcohol a month ago. I feel really great. Could you get me some seltzer with lime? If you give them something to do, it can break the tension a little bit. What do we do when we know we're going to be going to a boozy meetup? Before you go, get clear on why you're going. Is it a family party? Is it a group of friends? What is your intention in participating? No matter how much booze there is, the gathering is about more than just sitting around and drinking, right? Decide in advance that you're not going to drink. Keep an alcohol-free beverage in your hands. What's important when you're going to a boozy meetup is that you plan ahead. Think through the event in advance. How can you make your life as easy as possible? Think about how you're going to respond to people asking you why you're not drinking. Socializing sober can feel awkward in the beginning. The truth is, though, if you are around people who are real friends, they will accept and move past their own discomfort about you're not drinking. Initially, when I stopped drinking, I noticed that some of my friends felt uncomfortable that I wasn't drinking, and they would continue to ask me, are you sure you don't want one? You sure you don't want one? And I said, yeah, I'm good. I'm enjoying this kombucha. Initially, my friends continued to ask me if I wanted drinks, even though I kept saying no. But then they got over it. They don't even ask me anymore. In fact, they know that I'm not drinking and they have already purchased some CBD seltzer, or some kombucha for me to have, which is really nice. Your friends, if they are true friends, will get past it. Ask yourself these questions. How does a hangover-free Sunday compare with a hungover one? Who else in your life benefits from you being alcohol-free? What everyday situations get easier when you're not drinking? What are the tiny, subtle benefits of not drinking? Maybe the ones that only you would notice. What was one of your best alcohol-free moments so far? How much time does it take for you to recover from drinking? Multiply that by 100 times. What would you love to do with that extra time? How would you feel if you set an alcohol-free goal and reached it? Okay, so let's use me as an example. I used to drink alcohol occasionally, probably maybe 1 or 2 glasses of wine a week. I didn't really think that it was affecting me until I actually went off the alcohol altogether. And then I saw some pretty big changes in my perimenopause symptoms, in my body composition, and in my mood. So what got me to the place and what my why was, what got me to the place where I wanted to quit was my why. My why at that time was I was becoming so concerned about my memory and my attention span and my brain fog that I was willing to try anything to improve my cognition. And the first place that I thought would be a good place to start would be by eliminating all alcohol. And I decided to, because of this, I decided to give, oh my God, this is so hard. And